Hey guys, hope you guys had a great week. Welcome back to Sunday's Q&A video. If you guys are new to this, you guys can leave me questions on Q&A videos and videos I upload throughout the week, and I will pick and choose certain questions and talk about them every Sunday. Also, you guys are going to be seeing some Battlefield 1 footage. I'm driving the howitzer truck, which is easily one of my favorite vehicles in the game so far. So if you guys are interested in some Battlefield stuff, I will be uploading some videos from time to time, showing some cool clips and some awesome moments from my multiplayer experience down the road. And for weekly Q&As, I'm going to be using Battlefield footage just so you guys can maintain entertainment because, I would just be running around looting in DayZ. So at least you guys are seeing me shoot some howitzers at some buildings and blowing people up. First question comes from Patrick. Where do you think DayZ will be in 2 years? Probably past 0.10, I hope, with modding enabled. I think in 2 years, I'm hoping that the community will take over the development of DayZ. Obviously, major official patches and gameplay changes to the official standalone game will be probably still happening in 2 years. But for the most part, I expect the modding community to have taken over the game at that point. And things like DayZ standalone Epoch, DayZ standalone Battle Royale, maybe even some DayZ Life, things like that. That's what I expect in the future of DayZ. Next comment comes from John. Bannerlord is going to be dope as fuck. I would love to see some videos on that. Yes, I think a Let's Play will happen. I love Warband a lot, and it's one of those games that I really wish I would have discovered back in 2010. But even still, it's timeless. The game is awesome. It's a lot of fun. Probably won't be making games on Warband, but you guys can probably expect some Bannerlord streams and some videos because it's just a lot of fun to play. You can take it super seriously and like min-max your attributes just like any other RPG, but there's just some funny moments too in Bannerlord, which I can't wait to showcase. Next question comes from Big Remy. I'm curious to know your political views. Well, I'm Canadian, so I'm trying to not get too involved in the American election. And also, it's kind of a bit of a no-no. Everybody's got different opinions on everything, especially politics. And sometimes it can really upset people depending on how you set yourself up politically. Some people are on the left, some people are on the right, some people find themselves in the middle, some people don't vote. It's just a lot of different takes on the system. So I'm not really going to get into my specific political views, but we'll just kind of stay out of that. Next question comes from Digital Warrior, but it's about The Walking Dead in this most recent season. So if you haven't seen it, skip this question now. I'll try to remember to put an annotation on this screen, but if not, just mute the video until the next question pops up. He asks, do you watch The Walking Dead, and if so, who do you think Negan killed? Remember the premiere is in 2 weeks. If I was to guess, probably one of the characters that doesn't get a whole lot of screen time, like Rosita or Aaron or Eugene, possibly even Glenn. A lot of people think Glenn is going to get the bat. Last season, they also did a hell of a lot of character development on Abraham, so I think he's also a candidate for the bat. But in my honest truth, I'll end it with this. The way they handled last season with all of the cliffhangers and all of the bullshit, especially the ending and the finale, I really don't care who gets the bat. I'm like pro Lucille and pro Negan. I really don't care at this point. I kind of want to see the saviors fuck shit up and kind of put Rick and the group in their place and remind them that they're not invincible. So pretty hyped. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Next question comes from Gabriel. What are your views on Escape from Tarkov? I know a couple people who have played the closed alpha. I won't mention any names, but they're pretty big members of our community, and they've all said the same thing. It lives up to the hype. However, they've only played one of the 3 game modes, which is Raid, and that is where you go in and fight either with your friends against AI, or you fight against another faction and AI to control loot crates and special high-value items. There's also going to be a free roam version, which is going to be similar to that of DayZ, but also, well, not really similar to DayZ, but kind of similar to Wasteland, where you're also going to have AIs roaming around. You can kill them, loot them. If you get killed, you lose everything that you have on your character. You'll have to go back to your stash, which is technically offline, and get more loot. So it's going to be interesting. It looks like the gameplay is very similar to DayZ and how it plays. So I think it's going to be a game that's going to appeal to people who enjoy DayZ combat, but it's not necessarily going to be a clone. It looks like a standalone Arma Wasteland is kind of what it looks like. Got a comment from Just Jake. Nobody is an Amazon Prime guy, Deadly. Nobody. Well, I kind of beg to differ, man, because there's over 150 Amazon Prime subscribers on my channel right now. That's a lot of people who have Amazon Prime and subscribe using the Twitch Prime bonus features. So I would say there's a decent amount of people that use Amazon Prime and are getting a lot of value out of their Twitch Prime subscription. Asmarov TV says, in response to DayZ dying, maybe the mods will give it a jumpstart. Well, here's a good comparison. Miscreated and H1Z1 Just Survive combined still don't have more players than DayZ standalone. A lot of people think DayZ is dying. I will say that it is definitely at an all-time low player count at around 7,000 to 10,000 concurrent unique players. But compared to the other ones with 1,500 people and H1Z1 Just Survive at 3,000 people, DayZ's doing pretty good. The survival MMO genre in general is doing pretty poorly right now. So I'm hoping that with the next patch, we always see a massive player count increase. So that's kind of what we wait for every single time. And hopefully, whenever mods do come out, the player base will increase dramatically because there's going to be more things for people to do. Just like Arma 3, I expect there's going to be a lot of like similarities between the amount of people playing Arma 3 right now and DayZ standalone in the future. Next comment is in response to my recent Harold the Hunter video. Be a cannibal more, this is great. I do like the cannibal playstyle because you get put into some really interesting situations. However, you also get a lot of hate for it. And I'm not one to really shy away from doing something just because a lot of people don't like it. And people on the stream know that I play some pretty insane playstyles sometimes. And in part 2, it's going to get even more dark than part 1. So there's definitely going to be some heavy shit. And not everybody can handle DayZ. It's clear. I'm a DayZ YouTuber. I stream this game every day. Fuck, dude. There's some people that really take it personally when you do shit like that. And I never understand why. They get so rustled and they get so salty when you're just role-playing and you kill other players. It's something that's still don't really know how to handle. So yes, the cannibal gameplay is really fun. It's also really fun to record, but people take it way too seriously sometimes whenever you're just messing around and role-playing. So that's the only drawback to that kind of playstyle. I got a comment from Lenome. What server do you play on? I have a video that lists all of the servers that I play on my channel already. I'll leave a link to it in the description box. I also got a whole lot of other comments on my Harold the Hunter video and also the Taken Prisoner video where people are really liking more interaction-based content. I was actually editing Harold the Hunter and thinking that you guys would not find it entertaining at all. I actually struggled a little bit to build a structure to figure out where the video was going to end, and I ended it with a server restart because there's a lot of content there. We actually played together for 6 hours. So yeah, man, it's tough because it's not really an area that I'm used to. So I'm going to slowly work at it. I've been loving interaction-based content. I love watching it. I think it is more entertaining than just KOS all the time, but it is hard to edit because I'm a little inexperienced with it. But you guys can expect to see more of that stuff down the road for sure. I got a comment from Drop the Wob. I know it's not up to you, but please stop defending the devs. They're lazy as shit, and everyone says they'll work as hard as they can, lying to themselves. They made over 60 million on half a completed game and gradually slowed down the progress since then. Please give the game back to the players. It will actually progress that way. Okay, that is definitely super opinion based, but this is in response to my video, the CZ550 and Watchtower video. Those news videos where I cover the status reports are I try to keep them completely unbiased. I just read what the status reports say. I just upload what's on the Trello. I give some feedback on some of the things that are written down, but for the most part, I try to keep things completely, information based and not opinion based. So I understand people are super frustrated at times with the slow development process of DayZ, but yeah, man, I think the game is slowly moving in the right direction. That's my honest opinion on it. Not everybody agrees with me, but until there's a better survival MMO out there, I'm going to be playing DayZ because it is currently the best one. We don't have a whole lot of options. And, the developers do support my channel, my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. Some of them, like Hicks, stops by the Twitch channel every now and again. I don't want to say that, I don't want to be biased or anything like that, but I can see the developers are trying and they're working as hard as they can. I legitimately believe that they are working as hard as they can. Maybe they're not as experienced as other developers on the scene. Maybe they have a lot of challenges with their code that they have to overcome, but I genuinely feel that the game has actually taken a turn for the better, and I'm really excited for some of the stuff that's going to be coming down the road. Would I like to see the patches released more frequently? Hell yes. I think they need to work on that. That's probably the biggest criticism that I have for the developers. More patches. There's only been one stable patch this year. That's not good, and that needs to be resolved. But again, I'm not a developer, so I can't really, I don't know what they're going through. I don't know the struggles that they have. So it would be stupid of me to say that I have all the answers, because I don't. And if I was in their position, I would not be doing a better job than them. I got the last question of the day coming from Damn Craig, and this is on my OBS settings video. Twitch's max bitrate is 3,500, and then he threw the dots at me. He dotted me. Dude, they changed that a while ago. You can actually up your bitrate to 4,000, 5,000 without getting cut off. I believe, now correct me if I am wrong, but I believe the max bitrate on Twitch has almost doubled. I think it's now at 7,500 you can stream up to. But the problem with that is not everybody can watch it on source at that quality, and quality options knocks it down to preset bitrate levels. So that's why I'm going to be keeping mine to around 4,000, 4,500 for now. But you can actually stream it higher than 3,500 now, and if you have quality options, consider it. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this week's Q&A. If you guys want your questions answered next week, then make sure that you guys leave a comment here on this video. I always prioritize this video's, the Q&A series comments first before anyone else's. So if you guys want to ask any questions, some personal ones, some ones about the game, my opinions on certain things, just be open and try to ask. Some things I obviously can't talk about, but I'll try to do my best to include as many people as possible. Anyways, guys, have a great week, and I'll see you guys during the daily live streams every single morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.